Us. How to deal with negative people. Okay, this could be negative family member, negative friend, you know. There's a person around you that whenever they come around you in a family function or just a friend, they seem to try to want to put you down on a consistent basis. Um, they probably might try to outshine you or make you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, or basically just try to make you look bad. And what they do, they will take whatever you're saying, so whatever topic you're talking about, could be anything. You could say wind or air or breeze. They take that and they will flip it around on you and make it look like you don't know what you're talking about, or try to make you look stupid. You know, those kind of people, um, it's hard to deal with because whatever you say, whatever you speak out your mouth, or when you're around them, is just it's just straight negativity, and it's hard to deal with somebody like that. And that could be anybody, as I said. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be anybody, you know. But as I said, this is all coming from and stem from society, from everything that we were brought up in, like the society we live in, through social media, through the internet, through movies, through brainwashing, through everything, you know. So we're raised to be like that, to have that kind of a competition, kind of I'm better than you, different social class, rich, poor, all this stuff. So you're gonna have people that's gonna hate on what you do, and criticize you and try to make you look stupid, you know, and and say things that are basically negative to try to instill what they believe in, So, as I said, it goes back to, middle school to elementary, high school, and you have different social classes, and you have the kid that had all the jewelry and the cool kid, and you had the kid that's very quiet, not really say much, and you just kind of a bullying back and forward, you know. All this come from basically insecurity in that person, you know. Also jealousy. The person is insecure with themselves. It could be simply insecurity in weight, you know. It could be insecurity in speech. It could be a confidence thing when they're around somebody, around a bunch of people. They need to put somebody else down so they can feel superior. It could be insecurity in looks. So they basically will try to take the heat off of themselves. Maybe they could be overweight. They could have a drinking problem. They maybe have a stuttering problem. And what they're trying to do, they try to take the heat off of themselves and then channel it towards you by insulting you or putting you down. So if you're in a group, the people are going to be paying more attention to the conversation going towards you, which is insulting and negative, and then it takes the heat off of that insecure person. And sometimes they perceive the person as doing well, as doing good, because of how they're living their life in a positive way. And sometimes, most of the time, they don't like to see that because they're trying to figure out why you're always smiling, why you're happy all the time. You know, you seem like nothing is wrong with you, because that's what they perceive it as being. So what they want to do, they want to tear that down because they want to bring it down to their level, because they're negative and they're having a hard time with their life and they can't figure it out because of insecurity with themselves. They haven't tapped into themselves and figure out how to get over their problems that they're having. And that right there is very tough, my friend. That's a hard situation to be in. And I mean, it's sad to say that, as I said, we live in this society here, and it seems like everybody have everything together, and you have everybody always trying to instill their belief on you, what they think is right, what they think is wrong, the religion and all these things. For me, when I'm explaining something to you, I give my opinion. I don't force anything on anybody. I show you something, and it's up to you to go and research it and look it up and read about it first. Don't take everything I say and just believe in it. You do your own research. I give opinions. Some stuff is facts also, but I don't instill anything on anybody. I don't instill any religion or any belief or nothing like that on nobody. Whatever I do for me. And if somebody watches a video, they like what they see and they want to try it, try it. You know, I never say that you have to do this, you have to be this way. Why you don't do it this way? Because this is the perfect way. Maybe to that person, it's not the perfect way. And that's understandable. But you live in a society where a lot of people are trying to instill their belief and and say that, oh, this is the way and all these things. Remember what I says, that because it's a belief does not make it knowledgeable. That is what you need to understand. And that's why I say everything you want to question, every and anything. You want to, you listen to it, you take it, and you go research it. And then you see for yourself, does this make sense for me? Is this going to work in my lifestyle that I'm living now? And that's what you're dealing with. That goes for everything in life, man. And that's why I say, people say, oh, family is everything. Yeah, I mean, family is good, but family will also tear you down when they're ready to. Friends will tear you down when they're ready to. And friends and family will also help you out in the time of need. But it's very, very hard, man, to find somebody that is on the level that you're on and who understands what you are doing at that time and will sit down and talk with you and then relate and like, all right, I understand, and just basically ask questions. In this society it's very hard to find that because you have a bunch of selfish people, a bunch of sharks, and a lot of people are just around you for a certain reason. They're around you because they want something. They're around you because they're trying to bring you down. They're around you because they're waiting until you die so they can get what you have. That's just how the world is. It's pretty screwed up, man. That's just what it is. So you have to be careful who you put yourself around. And that's why I say to deal with that kind of negativity is basically disconnect from it. And if it's a family or something and, a big family function and you're around them, maybe once or twice, you're trying to limit yourself around, maybe hang out for maybe like 10, 20 minutes and nod your head and say cool or awesome and just bounce and just be out. You don't try to play around with them too much, because the more you talk and the more you express yourself, and even if you even express your feelings and your thoughts and your secrets, that's a big mistake to do. Never express any of your feelings to anybody, at least to somebody that's negative. You don't want to tell them nothing, because they're going to take what you told them, all your private stuff, and when it comes to a family function, they're going to spill it. They're going to just spill it out there and put it as a joke just to make fun of you or to put you down. So you have to be very careful who you put yourself around. You just want to touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And whoever you trust as a friend or a family, and a friend can be a family member too. A friend can be your family. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be blood. So, as I said, family is everything. I don't really, that doesn't fly for me. I think that, sometimes it's good to be alone with yourself, get to know yourself inside and outside. Meditation. Because once you can be secure with yourself and understand yourself, and you learn about yourself, and then when you get around a bunch of people, a bunch of family members, you're so secure with yourself that when you hear them talking, you can pick up on stuff quickly because you spend so much time by yourself and learn yourself, and you tap into your own self, bring out the best in you. That when you're around people, you should start to think, and you start to notice certain things like, man, this person has been an asshole. Like, this person really saying what they're saying? Because you tap into yourself, because you're secure with yourself. So when you get around a bunch of people, you're so secure with yourself, you don't need to put nobody down. All you have to show is your straight love, and you just want to know what that person is working on, what you're doing, how you're feeling today, how everything going, and then when they tell you the things, you try to uplift them. You don't try to put them down in the ground, you try to raise them up. Like, that's a good idea, you're doing that, keep on doing it, some motivation, some determination, show them love, you know, and that's why I say sometimes it's good to just be by yourself, man. Take time, meditation, man. You get to know yourself properly. So when you go out there and you're around people, it's, you just show straight love, and that's the thing. But a lot of people can't do that because they need to be around people. A lot of people cannot live without being around somebody on a consistent basis. They think they need to be talking all this crap and all this nonsense, and then it turns into a competition, and I'm better than you, I'm making this much, I'm doing this, I'm going there, that, this, that. But the funny thing is that at the end of the day, all you're gonna have is yourself. And a lot of people are afraid of that. They fear that. They fear being by themselves. Because then you have to listen to your own thoughts. And sometimes being by yourself, you have things that's deep down inside, maybe from the past, that you don't want to deal with, that you don't want to even think about. So that's why a lot of people drink and do drugs, just to kind of get away from all that, That's why, as I said, a lot of people put somebody else down so that they can lift themselves up, make themselves feel superior. So a lot of people love being around other people. They love being around other people, and just for the simple fact of making themselves feel better. They haven't tapped into themselves of being by yourself and learning more about yourself and deal with your fears. Deal with your fear. It could be a past, could be a present. You gotta tap into that, man. So that's basically it. So, how would I deal with negative people is basically simply, life is short, and you shouldn't have to be hearing people crap all day, and people try to put you down just to make themselves feel better, and you just delete them. If it's friends that's just friends, delete them. Move on with your life. There's other things in life that is more important to deal with, and just the struggles of society alone is sometimes a burden, than to have somebody else on your side just trying to pull you down as with everything else. Just delete that person. And if it's a family member, just you be around them maybe once in a blue moon, and you just nod your head and wink your eye and just keep moving. And that's it. But you're trying to limit your conversation as much as possible. You don't want to have any conversation with them. That's the first thing. And you don't want to basically go back and forth, because it doesn't make any sense. It's not going to solve anything, because they're going to try to instill what they believe in. So it doesn't matter how much you explain yourself or try to get your point across. It doesn't matter, because their only mission is to tear you down, to take whatever you say and flip it around. So the more you talk is the worse it is for you. So you need to understand that. You're better off only saying one or two words. Keep it very simple and short and walk away. Because they don't care about what you're saying. They only care about conflicting and harming you and bringing you down, like the best way they can, by getting information on you. So the more information you give them, they're going to take it and flip it back at you. So you need to understand that and just realize who you're dealing with, regardless of family member or friends. Comes any color, any look, in any shape, form, it's there. Negativity is everywhere.